Yo, what's up, big uh players? Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for clicking on this video. Today we're going to be looking at the Knightfall Abbey dev talk from SBI. I recorded a video like 2 days ago talking about the Knightfall content update, but that was before they released this video. And now that video is pretty much outdated. So I'm going to go ahead and actually film this one and edit it and put it out, and because I've filmed like 2 of these now and not released them, so I should probably get on my shit here. But yeah, either way, Nightfall content update is looking very fucking nice, not gonna lie. And I hope you guys enjoy. I'll give my take on it, whatever. Also, I just want to say before we get started that I do have a Twitch account linked down in the description. I also started a Discord channel for the community. So if you would like to join that, that is also in the description below. I'll be running giveaways there, that sort of thing. And maybe we can do some content together. Okay, either way, let's get this video started here before I ramble on for like 6 years.
And welcome back to another Albion Online Dev Talk. Today we'll talk about Knightfall Abbey, a new, unique dungeon location that can be found within the mists in Albion's upcoming Knightfall content.
Looks really good. Like, art team, it's been said many times, our team is carrying.
Patch. This place was once a stronghold of King Arthur's loyal knights, but it is now lost in the mists.
So I feel like this is something that like a lot of people don't know, or like don't really realize or don't think about or whatever. But if you go and search up Albion on Google, right, it's like an old English thing. There's also a college that's like Albion College or some shit. But yeah, the game, you know, it's heavily lacking in like lore and like what like a story, which like pretty much all games have. But Albion is essentially like loosely based on English folklore or whatever. So like King Arthur or whatever, like the Knights of the Round Table, that sort of thing, is like lore in Albion, I guess. You know, it's kind of hard to know, but it's like loosely based on English folklore or something. So maybe that I just taught you something.
Dodge this, you bastard! Halls in which knightly virtues were once upheld are now filled with the shambling remains of those knights and their retinue. Entrances to the abbey will shimmer into existence temporarily, luring players from across the mists to explore the ruins and their history, which is told in beautiful stained glass illustrations of significant events in Albion's past.
Those look really cool. If you look at this one here, it's kind of like, it kind of looks like, you know, a divine being, aka like God or something himself, is placing the crown on Arthur or some shit. Dude, I don't really know anything about Arthur's, I don't know. I like, and also this is like Morgana, maybe? I don't fucking know. I don't know anything. All right.
And supported by all new original music. As you explore the abbey, each room contains a statue which will reveal its reward once all enemies within the room have been defeated. Some statues contain treasure, but most statues hold a blessing which will bestow the power of one of 3 different.
I'm just gonna go ahead and link it in the video description below, but Big Lips McGee did the best video as usual on Knightfall Abbey and what you can expect to get from you know, what was on the test server, what is on the test server. I think it's still there. If you want to try it out yourself before it releases, then go on there. But yeah, check out that video because he goes in a lot of detail, more so than in this video, I'm sure, because it's only 3 minutes, about what is going on.
Different knightly virtues upon the player: justice, valor, and compassion. Each of these virtues grants a temporary special effect, which will trigger once a player.
Heal yourself immediately by 14%. Heal an additional 7% over 5 seconds. This activates when your health drops below 40%. Total amount healed increases for each stack of Nightly Grace after the first by 1.5%. Yeah, these, so, you know, I watched Big Lips McGee's video, obviously, and I came to some conclusions, right? Obviously, a lot of people are going to be wanting to do Knightfall Abbey. It seems like something that's not going to always be doable. Like, you're not always going to be able to play Knightfall Abbey, because it's like a rare, or at least somewhat rare spawn in the mist. But I'm sure if like that's all you want to do and you just hop from mist to mist, that you will probably find it. But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say before it actually launches into the main game. With that being said, like I've been playing a lot of quarterstaff, crossbows, that sort of thing on my new character on the East server. But when this was announced, when I saw Big Lips McGee's video on it, I immediately thought, you know what? One-handed spear is going to be fucking amazing in this place. There's a lot of weapons that will be amazing in this place that are not necessarily mist weapons. You see this motherfucking over here has a goddamn bloodletter. Very fitting because, I mean, he's ready to rat, bro. He came ready to rat. And these are the developers, bro. Imagine what the degenerate player base is going to do. I'm joking, but yeah, one-handed spear going to be really good. I think like battle axe going to be really good. Battle axe is also just super solid in mist in general. Like one-handed spear is too, obviously. The one-handed crossbow or light crossbow going to be like decent to very good. But generally most people are playing like the cleric robe hunter hood variant of light crossbow, so the fear there is that you might get damaged a little bit. In general, what you want to be doing, at least from what I expect, being a player who's dealt with like when the game was pretty much essentially 90% dungeon diving, that was like pretty much all you had to do as a solo player. What you pretty much always want to do is have assassin jacket, or at least some way of going invisible, and assassin jacket's going to be your best bet. And you want to just be on health restoring food like cabbage soup, catfish, for example. And then essentially have that food running, have your omelet or beef stew, whatever kind of combat food you have, ready on your character. And then once someone comes and tries to fight you, I mean, this is kind of assuming how little HP you have, but essentially pop your invisibility, heal up to full with your catfish / cabbage soup, then eat your food, and then start fighting them. And with these buffs, hopefully you'll be able to kill them. But most people doing these, you know, I'm assuming are going to be wanting to get these buffs. I don't think like, you know, obviously running around with 8.4 death givers is a noble cause, big brain tactics. You have to use your own noggin quite a bit for that. But in general, you know, 8.4 death givers are not going to be coming in here into Knightfall Abbey and just fighting people without actually clearing rooms, getting these buffs, right? The problem is when, you know, Beast 1K, Juan, you know, they want to do content. They want to do the freshest content because they've been, you know, they've been in mists for a long time now, right? They want to see the fresh stuff, right? So they're going to go in here and Knightfall Abbey. They're going to be clearing mobs and stuff. And we just got to hope that they get bored of clearing the mobs, because then they'll go back to regular mists. But if they don't, then you're going to see 8.4 death givers with some really ridiculous buffs. Which is like, oh man, love that. Okay, but this is just one of them. This is a compassion one. There's 3 different ones, but again, go check out Big Lips McGee's video on it. I did ramble on here for a little bit, but I'm just giving my mother effing opinion. So yeah, I guess this is why you're watching. So, all right.
Trigger once a player drops below 40% of their health. Additionally, for each blessing collected, the player gains a temporary.
Yeah, so this is the main thing, right? You can get 15 buff stacks, if I remember correctly, meaning that the damage versus players is obviously pretty good. Like 30% increased damage to players is pretty massive. But the defense versus players, dude, that shit is fucking nuts. If you go up against an 8.4 guy, which you already only deal like 3 damage per auto attack, and then he also has what is that, like 30% almost defense on top of that, dude? I mean, you're just completely fucked. Like, like, it's not even, yeah. Uh, that's not gonna be good for you.
Buff in strength. These blessings can prove decisive when you encounter a competitor whilst exploring the ruins, and allow you to defeat them or chase them away through.
You see, these idiots, this idiot doesn't even have any stacks. This is like a noob. If you're gonna go into Knightfall Abbey, bro, you better be getting some stacks before you try to fight someone, because that's like the big, that's like, if we're talking about big brain players going 8.4 death givers, this guy is like fucking small brain. He's smooth brain over here. This guy an idiot. You want to have, if the max amount of stacks that you can have is 15, you can pretty much assume that like most people are gonna have 15 stacks. So if you want to fight someone, you should probably at least have 10 stacks, or else you're just at a massive disadvantage.
One of the Abbey's many exits. In addition to treasures from statues, coffers filled with loot can be found in the dungeon, revealing their presence to nearby players. And just before the mists close in to evict the keen explorers, a treasure chest reveals its presence, which tempts any who have survived this long. Our intention with Knightfall.
That's pretty cool. What I'm really wondering is how is that a demonic staff or a great curse staff has managed to literally not do any damage to this guy. He has full HP, but maybe it's just some weird. He just got the developer hacks enabled.
Abbey is to expand the mists with a fun and rewarding new exploration opportunity that is rare enough to ensure you cannot play it on repeat, but frequent enough for you to have a good chance of encountering it a few times during an extended mists session.
People either go into the mists to look for this in particular because their build revolves around it and they don't want to get, if your build revolves around doing this content, in general, you're going to be a little bit weaker than the mists, like builds, probably. Not like guaranteed, but like you'll probably have a build that is somewhat oriented to doing this, right? And if you're not looking for 1v1 fights in the mists with a build that is certified bussin' for that sort of content, then guess what? You're gonna get fucking wrecked. Like, you already get fucking wrecked as if you're not going like, 6.3 at least, right? Because you just find 8.4 players, you know? So Knightfall Abbey, I feel like you should be able to just kind of do it on repeat. At the same time, I think it would be good if, for example, the more rare mists, like uncommon, rare, and epic legendary mists could include guaranteed portals to Knightfall Abbey. I feel like that would be pretty cool. Because obviously most of the 8.4 players, they go out through Brazilian. They do, mostly just common mists. They don't really think about it. They don't really think at all. They mostly just make monkey sounds whenever someone shows up on their screen. Yeah. I don't know. I don't really like that they're trying to make this like a rare type of content, kind of. It's again, it's hard to say before it's actually in the game how common this is going to be, but in general, if if you're building for going into Knightfall Abbey, you want to go into Knightfall Abbey, right? It's kind of the problem with that design philosophy. Either way,
This concludes our look at the Knightfall content patch, and we hope you join us in its exploration when it releases on May 8th.
I'm joking, but that's pretty cool. May 8th, that's not so long until that's fucking in 3 days. Holy shit. Am I working that day? No, I'm not. Okay, stream May 8th. Get ready, boys. It's going down. That's cool. Cool that it's releasing soon. I like that.
While that is happening, the whole team is already working on Albion's next major content update, which we can't wait to talk about in detail in a dev talk coming soon.
Look at this. Look at this smug fucking grin. Look at that dude. Look at this dude. Robin Hankey's the charmer, man. New content update that they're gonna be talking about soon, right? So the video that I didn't release, I was talking a little bit about how, Albion East server launch seemed to take a lot of effort from the team, and that I feel like content is a little it's taken a little bit too long for new content to be coming out. I do appreciate this Knightfall Abbey stuff. It is good that we're getting replayable content. I still do solo dungeons to this day, so that kind of just illustrates how good a very replayable update is. I'm not sure how good Knightfall Abbey is going to be. Like, it really invokes a sense of that old school dungeon diving gameplay that we used to have in Albion so much. If we go back here and we look at this mini map that's on the screen here, we can see that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different exits to Knightfall Abbey. So that does seem to indicate that it's going to be pretty easy to get away. But let's look at when he's moving now, how much he actually moves on the mini map so that we can see that.
Away through one of the Abbey's many exits. In addition to
it's not very far from exit to exit. So, you know what that means? 8.4 death givers. One-shot builds are going to be probably more popular, just because they're going to actually be able to kill people before they manage to make it to an exit. Something like the new Mist leather helmet that gives you invulnerability for 4 seconds could be pretty useful here, because like in 4 seconds you might just make it to the exit. Like there's a pretty good possibility of that, I think. Obviously it isn't like super small to where you're 100% guaranteed to get out every single time, but I can imagine that they're probably going to change this in how many exits there are. Maybe, if people are vocal about it. Either way, guys, that's about it for this video. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate you. Thanks for watching, and have a good one. All right, peace out.